Previously on Our Curious Georgia.
I'm having fun.
Are you having fun?
I'm having fun.
We got a new instructor.
Wow, it's pretty good. I feel like that was like $20, and tell them what we got.
Our first batch of kombucha.
Are we doing it? What's the dates again? Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday.
Good job, George. I said that like a week ago to her. Okay, you start. Making a pancake. Let's make balls and pancakes. Daddy can start.
So we're sitting here. Or I guess you should say hi, everybody. Hi, hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say what's going on.
What's going on?
Say what's crack-a-lackin'.
A cracky jacket.
So it's crack-a-lackin'. So we're just sitting
Look.
in our place, actually about to make a video
Try this. Hold this.
About-
Make a pancake.
our last day. This is our last day in Vietnam.
Which is so wild.
Yeah.
Literally everything we've been doing, we'll be like, this is the last time we'll do this today. For a while anyways.
Yeah, it's a really weird,
Make a pancake.
very strange feeling. Is it surreal? Is that right to say?
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't-
totally.
You know, we make these videos on a weekly basis, and like each week Jazz and I kind of talk about what's like another topic we could do this week, or what's like a fun adventure we could bring everybody on. But in the back of my mind, I always thought about this video and wondered when we would maybe make it. And it's here. It's definitely a video that I wasn't really excited to make. Almost kind of dreading it, but our visa's expiring tomorrow, so we're actually going to be leaving for I don't know how long, for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, for a little bit. But the video isn't, this video in particular isn't necessarily to talk about where we're going, what we're doing, but it'll come next week, so you won't have to wait too long for it. But we wanted this video just to talk about like what a wicked year and a bit we've had here. Like one of the best years of our life, hands down. Whether it's because we are like here, living our dream, Georgia obviously is the -- part of that. So we basically wanted to reminisce and reflect on this last year and a half. And we haven't really done that much yet. And so that's what we're gonna do.
The decision was kind of made about a month ago, and
Here,
you know, the moment you make a decision like this,
where's his face?
your mind changes. It just all of a sudden you go into kind of reminiscing mode or reflection mode. Like this whole month has been that feeling of, you know, when you meet up with somebody, is this the last time I'm going to see this person? Is this the last time I'm going to be at this place, this location? You start to really appreciate everything you do. You start to look back and think about the year, because it goes by so quick. It goes by so quick, and you don't always get to do that, even though we have had lots of time to hang out and enjoy the moment, but we have been really busy too. And this month has kind of been a bittersweet feeling, a very bittersweet feeling.
Totally. Bittersweet but happy, because it's like, we know we'll be back.
We know we'll be back, but it doesn't mean that this year wasn't something special, and you never really duplicate that.
No.
You know, this was like a once in a lifetime thing that happened, and we all say that, oh yeah, we'll be back, no problem. We know we'll be back for sure, but you don't know. We don't really know.
No.
You know, anything can happen in life. That's what's the crazy part. And
That's the plan, but we don't really have plans ever, do we?
never.
Which is
No.
great.
No.
George and I are making Play-Doh here, in case anybody's wondering what we're doing.
I'm making Play-Doh for you.
Play-Doh? You making it for everybody else?
Thank you so much, Georgie.
Are you making pancakes or French toast?
French toast.
French toast.
Just like us?
Aww. My girl. Thank you for the hugs. Thank you.
Just when you thought you were
Play-Doh all over her face.
Guy,
Pudding?
thank you for the hug, guy.
Thank you for the hug.
You're so sweet. Do you want
One
to
more hug.
One more hug.
Okay. Oh, thank you, my girl.
I love you.
I love you. But when we think about this past year, about being here and reminiscing about our time in Vietnam, but also we also think about before we even came to Vietnam. Like how did this even happen? How did we end up here? How did this whole year unfold? Georgia. Yay!
Yeah. So we basically were just like, we could just do what we're doing and then just like make
family.
make it work. Like, what are we gonna do? Buy a house now? Like, Sean can go work out of town again? Or is that like really what we want to do? Here, you can make a heart. Is that really what we want to do? Or we're like, or we could leave and go travel and ultimately try to be remote or work online or teach English, or we didn't really have an idea of how we would do it. That's like the scary thought. We're like, no, like we gotta do what we're supposed to according to everybody else, like buy a house, get a job, no matter what it is, no matter how much you dislike it.
But when that time came, it's like, do you do what you should be doing or what's expected of you? Kind of like cultural expectations, or do you do what feels right inside? And that's what we kept asking ourselves. That's what kept going through our heads. Because you can get a lot of doubt creep in. You know, is this, how scary is this? So it's one thing to travel as a couple or when we were single, it's like no thought process, of course. But to do it with a child, a young child, is that the smartest, the best thing to do?
Do you know what, like, also the biggest question, I think that for me that led us to ultimately just making the decision, it was like, what if we knew somebody who was coming to us and being like, what do you think I should do? And giving us our options, like work, do this, this, and this, which we don't really want to do, or just take off and like, because we can. We'd be like, see you later, like take off, do it. And then I think it was literally that question. We're like, then what are we doing?
How you doing, Georgia? Say bye-bye, Canada. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, Canada. Bye-bye.
So like we could talk about this for a long time because we stressed about it for months.
All family.
And didn't make a final decision on it for months until we were like, we need to make this decision, it's gonna kill us, and so we decided to go. Worst case, we'll be back in 3 months, we would have had an epic vacation, we'll be stress-free, and we'll be so glad we did it. But there hasn't been a worst case, has there? And we haven't looked back once, and we're...
Because I remember we talked about this a long time before we even had Georgia. What was something that we dreamed about doing? And we talked about traveling with kids. And I remember we used to reminisce about the time we had a child and our first family photos would be passport photos. You know, imagine that. Because you always hear the same cliche sayings like, do what you love. Do what you love. Follow your dreams. Follow your heart. All those things. And when you want to act on that, but there's so many things telling you not to. Everything is stopping you. Everything, family, friends, the media, everything is telling you not to do that. So we understand why people don't.
So basically, after we booked the ticket, there was like no looking back, and then we were just super stoked. We were a bit nervous to tell everybody we were leaving again, but all in all, like very excited. And so, like I said, like we could talk about the decision-making process forever, but it was like a very long, stressful one. Believe it or not, like you'd think it would be.
Because that is the biggest part of all this.
Yeah. The decision.
That's where the make or break it, you know, either you do it or you don't. You know when you say things like, oh, this is the best year ever, or this is the best time ever, it's the truth. This was, for so many reasons, this was the best year of my life, of our life. Do you agree, or is that like a stretch?
100%. And like a lot of course, that a lot of it has to do with Georgia. Like every year with her is like a better year or the best year, you know. But like this year in particular, like in addition to being Georgia, like where we're at, just feeling like we've done it, like we both feel like we're living our dream in a sense, you know, like. We were both working remote, which seemed like such a far stretch.
Did we have any goals coming here? Like, is there something that we wanted to accomplish?
Well, we thought, okay,
other than just our dream?
I'll just really, really look for some work online, which I had never done before. Well, not like officially like that anyways, like a few like things here and there. So basically, like at the moment and over the last 2 months, I work completely online, which is making the same amount that I would make at home if I had a job. You're teaching online, so basically we can be anywhere and work, which is not necessarily a goal we wanted, but something that you like, I don't know, I would dream about working in an office back at home. Being remote in general wouldn't have happened, or we wouldn't have made such an effort for it to happen had we not been here.
Did you ever think that this was the best, really the best thing for her?
100%. 100%. And everybody has their own way about their kids, but what could be better for George right now than spending all of her time with us?
Yeah.
When you have a kid, there's like all these milestones that happen, and every single one of them blows your mind, especially your first kid.
I feel like
George,
all majority of milestones happen here. Like her life has been
They did.
Vietnam.
Like right before we left, she'd started walking, but here she like talks. She's like this little toddler now. She's just, everything she knows is here. Like what you feel like you could never do, we've done. Something that was so scary is our norm now. The travel that being here has allowed for, that we would have otherwise never been able to do in Canada. The time that we've been able to spend together, it's like too much sometimes. No, it's not, but it's like unbelievable.
We do spend a lot of time together.
Do you want, are you done? Are your hands cold a little bit? Put your hands in here.
There's so many things to say of why this year was so awesome. How Vietnam feels to us, it's a huge part of our heart now. The most accomplishing thing about all this is that it was a complete unknown jumping into this. There was nothing we knew about this. That's the scariest part for anyone, and as a human being, is to do something that we fear, to do something that we don't know anything about. We actually try to talk ourselves out of that, and it's very easy to do so, which usually stops us from making a big change like this or taking a big risk like this. And when you finally do it, like this year, when you finally take that step, you build a confidence in you to be able to do that again. And the next time the unknown, you're faced with the unknown or a life-changing opportunity like this, you feel more confident to do it again. Does that make sense? This first few times you step into this, you're like, this is so scary, to the point where you will not do it. To the point where you'll say every doubt will creep in and you don't do it. And you stay within what we call that comfort zone, right? But like that old saying that a paved road is really comfortable to walk on, but nothing grows there. And I believe that as people, now that we've taken this jump, I feel like there's nothing stopping us now. Moving forward, there's nowhere we couldn't go. Nothing we couldn't do, and with a child as a family. And there's also this point in life that happens is like, we can have so much fun for so long, and then adult life has to happen, or the real world or reality has to happen, and that can't happen anymore. You can't travel with kids. It's something to get out of your system before families start. Or you can only travel in a certain way. That's just what we're told. That's what our culture expects, but I never believed that. I don't think you ever believed that. I thought there's still a way to do what we love doing and incorporating your family, your children.
There's people that do it. Like it's not.
But you don't see that at home because you're not surrounded by it. When you come out and step out and see what's going on, there's hundreds of families doing it, and it's very inspiring to see, because it's like this is real. There is a real reality of this. And you don't have to give up something that you love doing just because you have children. You can do it together. And that was the biggest accomplishment, I think, for us. Yeah, we found work and we found a way to be remote, but we got to do it as a family. And it gave us more time. Especially at a time with Georgia in her life, when someone might say, is this the best thing for her? And we think, why wouldn't it be? How could it not be? She's at a very crucial age in her life, like we always say the foundation years. This is like the stepping stone, the building blocks to the rest of her life. This is the setup now for her behavior, her psychological well-being, her emotional well-being, this right now. And we wanted to be present during that time. That's what we wanted the most. And that this year gave us that. We got to raise her. And you can't take that back. There's nothing could have given us that home. Tonight is my final class with my students, and you have to go in. Well, I've already broken the news to them, but it's hard. It was one of the hardest things I've had to do in a long time, because you're seeing the reactions that are on their faces, and they're asking, teacher, when are you coming back? When will we see you again? And you don't have an answer. You don't know what to say. Let me get one photo. Photo, everyone together. No licking the cake. Oh, you gonna? Okay. Here, oh, hey. For me. How are you? This is Knight. Hey, Knight. Thank you so much. Oh, hi, Mom. How are you? Thank you so much. This is so nice. Wow. And this shirt and this, you guys.
I'll say thank you.
This is sweet. Yeah. We came to a country we didn't know, a city we didn't know,
Yeah.
2 new jobs we didn't know. It panned out amazing. You know, of course, there's hard times and struggles, but like, it was 100% the best year of our life.
Mm-hmm.
No ands or buts. It's weird, you know, like this is our last day here right now, 100% last day right here, and we haven't
if you
packed.
can see how messy everything
We
is
haven't
right
done
now, you
anything to
believe it.
prepare. Just that we got empty bags everywhere, and we got to be ready to go tomorrow for a flight at noon.
We'll do everything in the morning. It's how we roll.
How do you feel? Like, is like so much going through your mind at the moment? Like, did you feel like we accomplished everything we wanted to? Do you have any regrets?
No.
No.
I'm cool. I think it's because we can come back here. If somebody was like, you'll never get to go to Vietnam again or Da Nang, then you're just like, whoa, like makes you like think like crazy. But I know that we'll be back here. It's very, very simple for us to come back here at the drop of a hat. So that's why it's like not this like devastating blow, you know? If all of a sudden like tomorrow we had to get like deported, we'd be like that's devastating, you know? Like if you're leaving like under circumstances in which you didn't want to.
Hi.
Oh, Sean Murphy.
I think we'll wrap this up. Get moving. This video took priority over packing.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been pushing this too long now. Probably this has been like an hour long. This is like sort of a cliffhanger, but we'll answer everything next week. Where we're going, why we left. So our final hang applies. Our final tambiettes from Vietnam. I guess it's been a great year. So thank you so much, Vietnam, for giving that to us. I'll see you next week, guys.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Sun grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So makes the best of this test, don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and steal.
Probably the most important bag, eh, Georgia? This is everything that we have. Where are we going? Has it sunk in?
No.
True what is worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right.
That's the airport.
I think it's all part of the airport, right?
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. And I hope you had the time of your life.